you'd mentioned a couple of things there, and
Mhm.
there's a couple of different ways you can go with it. But maybe one way I think would be a cool thing, especially for maybe some folks listening, is you talked about kind of being that solopreneur to now having a team, and that was really tough for us, and we're in a different industry,
No, I can
um,
relate. Yeah.
so it was, for a while it was just me and my business partner Massimo, and we've kind of made that leap. But I think a lot of folks we work with, they really want to do that. They obviously get the value of a team in that, yeah, you know what, I can maybe go on vacation, don't have to worry
Mhm.
about it. Hey, I don't have to, be up at 11 p.m. managing those docs or doing those different things. But when it gets to it, it's people you can trust, building processes that allow you to do that. Making that leap from a solopreneur to a team it's actually a pretty big gap, and I think it's bigger than people realize. So was that a big struggle for you, I guess? And what kind of led you to it? Did you view it as just like, hey, it's a necessary thing, I have to do this? Like, what did you kind of think about when you were kind of going through that gap from just yourself to two people to now, the team that you're at now? What was your thinking, and how did you kind of get over that hurdle?
It was more of the journey kind of led me to that, like
Mm,
as I
sure.
was doing the activities and as I got out of my own way and the business started getting really busy. And as you
Yeah.
know, I mean, you also had the same issue where you're like, oh my God, like the overwhelm and like there's so many things and you can only do so much being an
Yeah.
individual, right? So this is where I needed to get some help and again, having the right people for the right kind of right people, the right seat kind of type of idea to
Sure.
help me
Yeah.
manage all the things. And it kind of molded into like, Angel, my wife, taking care of the, we call her our client relationship manager or business development
Hmm.
manager, where that's her main focus is our clients and database, which she enjoys because that's what
Good.
she loves doing. And then
Yeah.
Anthony helping me out with fulfilling back then as I do the underwriting, as I do everything, the marketing and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sure.
again, just the business kind of continue to grow and figuring out, okay, well, I need to figure out like segment the responsibilities and the roles so that we can maintain the level of service that we provide and we're able to keep up with the demand, right? So I
Hmm.
don't want to spread myself too thin in a way. And as the growth progressed, we needed some tools and
Hmm.
finding the right tech stack that would
Yeah.
complement our workflow and our process, kind of crossing paths with you
Yeah.
because
Sure.
I've gone through some different systems. There was one time when I
Yeah.
was changing CRM every year because I'll come to
Yeah.
one, it's just not working, and then now next try the next, because that was the only way for me. And in
Hmm.
our world, especially in the Canadian side, there's not a lot of
No.
choices or options out there. You kind of have to,
Yeah.
like, here you go, you build it your own, or lean on technology that already exists. But at that
Totally.
point, it
Hmm.
wasn't an industry known technology yet. Like,
Right.
loan mortgage was not as well known as it is today, right?
Sure. Yeah. It's a bit of
So
a leap of faith there. Yeah.
yeah, 100%. And as you were doing that presentation, I remember it at that boardroom that we were in with the couches. I don't
Hmm.
know if you remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like this will shave off a lot of, redundancies in my system, in my processes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
being able to work with you and Massimo as far as the automations and the custom work and all that, making it more fit within our process
For your
and,
business.
and our
Yeah.
business to basically work it the way we work in a way, like to
Yeah.
complement our process and our situation. It helps, and it just made it easier for us. And
Totally.
you know
Yeah.
growth is, it's got its own pain points, the hiring
Always right.
process
Yeah.
and the training. And
Yeah.
luckily the systems that we implemented is kind of make it a little bit easier. And
For sure.
especially like, I mean, from the submission platform that we use to the CRM that we use, it just makes it so much easier to train people on it.
Standardize it.
It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
it's not complicated. You don't need to learn how to code, or you don't need
Yeah.
to learn how to, like, like even like a spreadsheet. You don't With spreadsheets, you kind of have to know how to create the formulas and everything. Whereas with the systems that we created, it just allows us to just really
Click. Click.
click it
Yeah.
and just kind of
Yeah.
follow follow the trail, right? So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.